Hi everybody, hey. Sorry for the delay today. I hope everybody can hear me properly. I'm in the airport, so yeah. So sorry if you hear announcements. I'm literally waiting for my gate. Look, I'm at my gate waiting for my plane to Cape Town. So I've noted down everybody's questions. I couldn't do this on YouTube because the Blessing at the Bar YouTube channel only has like 15 subscribers. So because you guys haven't subscribed to the Blessing at the Bar YouTube channel, I can't do live from my phone on YouTube. So if you want me to be able to do more lives, then you need to head up. Hey Celine, you need to head over to the Blessing at the Bar YouTube channel and subscribe to it. But that's not the point. We're gonna try and get this live done in as quick as we can. Kyron, you're here. I'm gonna answer your question first. I hope that I pronounced your name properly. So Kyron, is it Kieran or Kyron? Is it Kieran or Kyron? I hope I'm not wrong. Yes, it's a hot girl summer. That's why we're flying out. I'm gonna say Kieran and hope that I'm right. So Kieran asked he's starting year 10 and he wanted advice on what to do to help himself out later on for becoming a barrister. Well, the first thing is that really well done to you. Kieran, is Kieran right? Can you give me a thumbs up if it's Kieran so I'm not wrong? Hi Chloe. Okay, so first of all, really well done for thinking about becoming a barrister now. That is a really smart decision, and that is something that is going to work for you in the future, because thinking about it now will put you ahead of the game. So the kinds of things that you should be doing in year 10, I wrote two main things down for you. First of all, your extracurriculars. So that's your debating, that is your public speaking. I used to do debating. I won debating cups. I also did something called the Rotary Youth Speaks competition, which was really good. The English Speaking Union does really good advocacy competitions as well. So if your school isn't automatically entering students into those competitions, I would push for you to get into those competitions, and it is possible for you to get into them. Hi Brad. It is possible for you to get into those competitions. So push for those. The next thing that I would suggest for you to think about is outside of school. So not necessarily school things. Hello, Bisa. Not necessarily school things, but I did something called the National Citizenship Service. It was kind of like Duke of Edinburgh, but different. The reason that was good is it started to get me used to getting to know people from different parts of the country, people from different backgrounds, which is what's going to make you a better barrister. So try and expand your worldview as much as you can, because what chambers do a lot of the time is that chambers look at how many sort of experiences you've had. So try and look at that as well. So things like National Citizenship Service, Duke of Edinburgh, basically anything that can expand your worldview and your experience. And then finally, this is a really important thing, Kieran, is your options. Make sure that you are picking the right subjects at GCSE and at A-level, and also pick an undergraduate degree that's going to complement your future career. So think about your options. Get some advice from your teachers. If your teachers are proving to be most unhelpful, which can happen, no shade to them, I don't know them, but if your teachers aren't necessarily giving you the best advice, then I suggest that you contact a chambers and just ask them, hey, what kind of subjects do your barristers have, or is there a member of chambers that I could speak to? I'm in year 10 and I want to plan this out. Trust me, they will actually be receptive. So make sure you're picking the right GCSEs and A-levels. So things like I did traditional subjects. So I did history, English literature, all of those ones. But the things that will help you with the analytical elements, critical thinking, that require you to put an argument forward and justify it. That is the kind of stuff that you should be focusing on. So other than that, I don't have anything more, because you're in year 10, you still got a long time to go, but it's great that you're thinking about it now, and I hope that's helpful. If you have any more questions for me, just send me a message like you did the first time, and I'll help you out. And I can also help you out regarding options or competitions. I used to run my junior debating club and teach debating, and I'm a member of the English Speaking Union, so let me know if I can help you out. Sorry if it's all a bit loud in here. I am in an airport. Okay, so the next question I have is from Nicole. She wants to know how to get paralegal work with no experience, because all of the jobs require experience. Okay, Nicole, you're not wrong. Yes, 99.9% of paralegal jobs. No worries, Karen. I hope that was helpful. 99. Oh, let me just ignore that. Okay, so 99.9% of paralegal roles are going to require you to have experience. So what does experience mean? Okay, frustratingly, I hope you guys can still hear me. If you can't hear me, let me know, and I will shut up until the announcement stops. Oh, it stopped anyway. So obviously, frustratingly, a lot of paralegal jobs are going to ask you for previous paralegal experience, which isn't helpful if you're trying to get experience by becoming a paralegal. So I appreciate that. Now, I got my paralegal work through an agency. So the agency I use is called Flex Legal. I'm also using Law Absolute. Now, what these agencies will do is put your CV in front of the right recruiters, but it's your job to... Oh, my brother. It's your job to advocate for your experience and why it's relevant. So, it's your job to advocate for your experience and why it's relevant. So if you've done volunteering work, even if you've been working in a retail environment, whatever job you've been doing or whatever experience you've had, pull out relevant skills and attributes that will mean that you will perform well in that role. So it's basically make the best of what you have. And in the meantime, if what you want is paralegal work, join an agency and try and get whatever experience you can. So to give you an example, my 2 weeks, everybody, can we stop laughing at Julia with her macaroni and cheese? So previous to this, so like last week, as you guys could see, I was working somewhere. So I was doing a short 8-day placement as a paralegal doing document review. And that 8 days of experience secured me a paralegal role for 12 months. Just because I'd done that 8 days. So get whatever you can get. It doesn't matter if it's a short amount of time, if it's a week, whatever. As long as you can have something on your CV that you can use, that your recruiter can use. But ultimately, get ready to send out 30 applications for 2 phone calls. That's literally what happened to me. And also get yourself a recruiter that will support you through the process, and who will continually put your application in front of the right people. Yes, Celine, I really did send off 30 applications. I was sending off applications all through from May, actually. No, actually, if I add up the applications I sent since March, I must have sent maybe 45 applications, like sending my CV out. And then in the end, the one I got wasn't even any of those. So I hope that answers your question, Nicole. Let me know. Okay, Abby wants to know which books she should have before the BPTC. Now, I don't know if you saw my blog post with lawcareers.net where I talked about preparing for the BPTC, but my suggestion to you is to check out that post. So just go on the lawcareers.net website, search Blessing, and you'll find my post. But what I recommend for you to do more than that is to just understand the way our courts work. So understand the structure of our legal jurisdiction, the different appellate courts, so you know how cases move up the chain all the way up to the Supreme Court, why cases move from certain courts to another, where different legal jurisdictions are, what the purpose of different jurisdictions are. Try and get yourself really well versed in the structure of our court system. Now, books can teach you that. You can find books, but my recommendation for you isn't necessarily books, but to read cases. Cases will help you better than books will. Find yourself some really compelling appellate decisions, so that's Court of Appeal decisions, particularly in crime, and have a look at why those cases went to the appellate stage. There will always be an explanation of why this case has gone to the Court of Appeal, the different stages it's gone through, the reasons why. If you can find yourself cases where there's it's a lot of discussion about evidence, or the really good ones are where the trial judge in the Crown Court made a direction that was then deemed to be wrong by the appellate court. Those are the best cases to prep you for the BPTC. That and the recreational books. Practice reading without being distracted for 2 hours a day, because trust me, the BPTC is going to bore you to death, and you need to learn how to not procrastinate. So that's the best way you can prep. But that's all in the blog post that I mentioned. Okay, so we've got 3 more questions. I've got a question from Livstar Sizowski. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Forgive me. So you wanted to know where you can get advice regarding the GDL and starting a career at the bar. Obviously, I read your message, so I'm not going to put all of the information out there, but I read what you said. So essentially, she's got no legal connections and she wants to just know where to get started before she starts the graduate diploma in law. Well, my suggestion to you, well, first of all, using these resources, so getting a question on to Ask Blessing at the Bar, being here is a great start. Now, the next thing for you to do is to network. So find the next event. So that can be, I'm just going to plug now, that can be a Cake and Council event. That can be a Urban Lawyers event. That can be a lawcareers.net event, an IN event, a law school event, a chambers event. It doesn't matter, but get yourself out there and start networking. Because if you want a network, you're going to have to build your network person by person. And it's by being proactive. Call up an Inn of Court and say, hey, I want to become a barrister. I don't know where to begin. Do you have any members of the Inn that would be happy to meet me for a chat or to have a coffee? You can also do the same with your law school. So if you identify a law school you're interested in, give them a ring and say, hi, are any of the faculty members barristers? And could they speak to me because I want to start a career as a barrister, but I don't know where to begin. So it's that proactiveness. Be fearless about it. If you want your career, go out and get it and build your network piece by piece. That's exactly what I did, and that's how I built my network. The post I shared last week, Tunde sharing his story about how he got his way into the bar working in Sainsbury's. I got my first legal work experience working as a waitress. I just would talk to anyone that would listen to me for more than 2 minutes about how I wanted to become a barrister and I wanted to do the GDL, and then eventually the right person heard me, put me into contact, and that's how I got started. So go and get what you want and be proactive about it. Next question from Barcat. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong again, but yeah. So you want to know, do you need Do you need minis for the BPTC? No, you do not need minis for the BPTC. I've talked about applying for the BPTC quite a few times, but no, you don't need minis. And then you wanted advice for minis, and someone else actually asked about, yes, Celine, I've only got one mini pupillage and I'm going into 3rd year in September applying to bar school. Have I messed up? No, Celine, you have not messed up at all. In fact, having a mini before you finished undergrad is a great achievement. Remember, I've talked before about the purpose of mini pupillages, right? Mini pupillages allow you to be in chambers, maybe go to court. They allow you to see what barristers are doing. Mini pupillages are not a magic beam that is going to automatically grow you a career as a barrister. You could have 11 mini pupillages, get nothing out of them, and you might as well have done none. Whereas you could be like some of my friends who've only got 1 or 2, get the absolute most out of them, and that can help you get a pupillage. So it's all up to what you want to get out of the experience. My advice for mini pupillage applications is the same advice that my mentor gave me. Treat it like any other application. Explain your current experience, explain your motivations, justify, and ensure that the person that is reading your application knows, okay, this person is going to get a lot out of a mini with us. They know what they're trying to achieve. They know where this mini is going to fit in their grand scheme. We're not going to waste time, because think about it, who gets paid to give you a mini pupillage? No one. And when the barrister is doing their own work and you're there shadowing them, they're not getting paid for that time. So everyone needs to know that you are really serious, that you understand what is required of a mini pupil, that you won't turn up to court and act a fool. Because ask any barrister if they have a mini pupil horror story, and they will. Things like mini pupils speaking during client conferences and giving their own opinions. I know it sounds crazy. You guys are going to think I'm exaggerating. I'm really not. So make sure that the chambers you're applying to knows that, okay, this is a serious person that's going to get a lot out of this mini. We need to give them this opportunity. Right. My last question is from an anonymous person on Curious Cat. They want to know, they're in their 40s, and they were wondering the age range I encountered on the GDL and BPTC. Well, I have great news. I met people from literally every single age range. I'm 23. I was the youngest. I'm fairly certain I was always the youngest. And then the oldest went in. I had people I knew on the BPTC who were in their 50s and 60s. So, Celine... Well, I hope it wasn't Julia, because I blocked her from the live, because I don't know why she was talking about macaroni cheese. Sorry, Julia. Next time, if you come onto my live stream, can you keep it relevant, please? Yeah, so I've encountered people from all sorts of ages. That shouldn't be a problem. Don't worry about it. Okay, you guys, I've got to go get on my flight now. Probably the whole airport probably thinks I'm crazy because I've been talking to myself on my phone. But I'm flying out now to Cape Town. I think I've told you guys what I'm flying out for, but maybe I'll save that. Watch my Instagram today or tomorrow or Thursday, and I'll tell you guys what I'm doing in Cape Town. I'm going to be there for a month, and thank you. I'm going to be there for a month, and it's probably going to end up being like the best experience I've ever had. I'm fairly certain. And yeah, I'll tell you guys all about it. I'm going to be recording a travel vlog for the entire trip. So you guys let me know. Let me know if you want a travel vlog at the end, so like a roundup of the previous 4 weeks, or do you want me to do a vlog every week? Let me know, like DM me or something, and tell me. Actually, I'll put up a poll. Yeah, I'll put up a poll before I get onto the plane, and then when I land tomorrow, I'll see what you guys have decided, and I'll do what you guys have decided. Don't forget, if you are starting at City next September, I'm planning like a little drinks meetup sort of thing to just break the ice. I'm not going to be at City myself. I'm going to be doing some paralegal work, but I thought it would be a great way for you to all meet each other, because the BPTC gets intense fairly quickly. I only have 2 more things to plug. My latest lawcareers.net video is out, and it's all about my first time applying for pupillage. You can find that on the LCN YouTube channel. I'll share that. I'll share a link to that later once I've landed tomorrow. And also my blog post for lawcareers.net is out, and it's all about making sure that you network with your colleagues and friends on the BPTC. That's it from me, guys. Thank you so much, everybody who joined in for the live. Thank you, everyone, for your questions. I love answering your questions, and I hope it's helpful to you. Thank you, everyone who's wished me a safe flight. I am going to sleep for the first time in 2 weeks. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay. Oh, thank you for the love, everyone. Bye.